Hi, I'm Sianna, and today we're going to talk a little bit about Tantra and the meaning of Tantra. I'd like to begin with the word itself and to look at the components of the word. So Tantra. The first part, tan, means to stretch. Think of the pose Uttanasana, an intense stretch in the back of the legs. That's that same root, tan, to stretch. And tra means like an instrument or a device. And it also can mean that which traverses, like the English word traverse. So Tantra, in and of itself, as the word, can mean something like this: an instrument or a device with which we stretch and expand ourselves. Now, this comes into a metaphorical meaning, which is one of my favorite ways to talk about Tantra. And if you think of a device that stretches one material over the other until you start to create a weaving of a tapestry of the two, what you start to think of is an instrument that we call a loom that weavers use. And so many times, Tantra is described as a loom. All the ways that we start to weave and co-create our experience. And you think, well, there's this individual experience, and then there's the big flow that's happening all the time. One of the great goddesses who's celebrated in Tantra, her name is called the Swatantriya Shakti. And so you hear this word Tantra once more. Now, Swa means self. So her name, Swatantriya Shakti, she is the freedom goddess. She says, your nature is free. And out of your nature, out of the freedom of your being, you get to choose how you want to live your life. You get to choose the inner state of your being. So Swa means self, and Tantra means looming. She is the self-looming one, the self-weaving one. She is the power, the Shakti of each and every one of us to choose how we want to live our lives. And yes, things will happen, and so we have to, in a certain way, accept whatever happens and be with whatever arises. But whatever happens outwardly, we still are free inside ourselves to choose our own happiness. We get to choose inside ourselves whether we want to be a victim to the situation or we want to be in some way empowered inside the situation. And so Tantra says this: every single obstacle that you encounter is in some way an opportunity for your own growth. Tantra, how we stretch and expand ourselves. Every apparent wall can indeed become a doorway, a portal, a threshold place of new opening, of new insight. Tantra is absolutely insistent on our own empowerment inside each and every situation. And that we have to start by saying yes to whatever arises, no matter what it is, no matter how challenging, how fierce, how beautiful. We start by saying yes. And in that first yes of our being, then insight can dawn, revelation can be born, and we're gonna see our situation in a way that we can make an offering of this as a greater gift to the world. So thank you. I hope that each and every one of us chooses out of our freedom to create beauty in our lives and in this world and really bring it to each other. Namaste.